Ah, the sheep. Hello. Hello. Look at his face. Meh. All right, so I am back. It has been several months. According to Twitch, the last time I streamed was back in July. And I don't even remember what the last thing we streamed was. It was either Baldur's Gate or It Takes Two. But yeah, it has been several months. As you can see, I've got a brand new design. Not only do I have a new little face model there, or a PNG model, but I also have a new overlay. So this nice purple background here, I drew that myself. I also drew my little PNG tuber model myself. Everything that you're gonna see as part of my stream, I drew myself, which I'm pretty proud of it. So why did I change? And as I'm talking, I'm actually gonna get started playing Tiny Glade here. Why the redesign? So when I initially put everything together for stream, it was more so of like, oh, you know, I kind of want to stream. That'd be kind of cool, you know? And I just kind of slapped everything together, and I was never really too happy with it. My old design for my little model there, I never really liked it, and I couldn't tell why. When Ghost and I were looking at it the other night, it was kind of just like, maybe it's the eyes, maybe it's the color palette. We just knew that something about it just, I don't know, I don't want to say felt off, but it did. It felt slightly off. And I knew, even with like, when I tried to do the 3D model, that never felt right to me either. And it always felt like, I don't want to say trying too hard, but maybe I did feel like I was trying a little bit too hard. Because a lot of what I tried to do, I had seen other VTubers do. And that was another thing. I was very heavily comparing myself to other VTubers and what they had probably spent a couple years working on, versus honestly, I threw it together within like a day at work. Like not all the overlays and not the like every little drawing that I've made, but everything I would do would take me very little time to put together, and I was just kind of looking at it like, yeah, that looks right, that works, you know. But it wasn't, I wasn't proud of it. And then when I would stream, I never really felt like I was having fun, for sure. But at the same time, it kind of didn't feel like I was having fun, because I was trying to do it and trying to draw an audience, which, yeah, you need an audience when you're streaming, but I was doing it more so to have that audience instead of like, I'm just doing this for fun, you know? And that's what this really should be, is me having a good time, just doing whatever. And are those trees now floating? I love the mechanics of this game. They're so just, they're kind of funny, because all of a sudden the tree is just in the water, and that's exactly what happened. Don't erase the tree, it's gonna end up in the water. But yeah, so then to answer the other question, why did I take a hiatus? So this was back in July that I just kind of stopped streaming. It didn't have anything to do with everything that I just mentioned. So it was summertime, and I don't want to say I took a summer vacation, because that's not fully true. But not only did streaming stop, I stopped playing D&D. I have a D&D group that has been going pretty strong for the past 2 years, and we're not strangers to taking breaks. We have gone before at months at a time without playing D&D, which none of us necessarily like, but sometimes it's kind of needed because, you know, life kind of just takes over. So that was on a break, and somehow with that, everything else just kind of stopped. I was at work, and that was kind of it. I just did my job and came home, hung out with people, and stopped streaming, and I don't know. There was just life. I just kind of let life happen. But then, there's a random sheep here. Hello. A few weeks ago, while playing D&D, which D&D did start back up again, which I am so thankful for. I absolutely love the group of friends that I play with. And we have such a fun time. They are absolutely chaotic, and I love every minute of it. But as we were playing D&D, I got a message from somebody who I had missioned on Twitter to draw Ghost and I's Baldur's Gate characters. And they had got back to me, and they sent me the drawing, and I was super excited. And Ghost is part of my D&D gang. And so I sat there, I messaged her, and I was like, hey, look at this. And she's super excited about it, loved it. But then she also asked me if we were going to start streaming again. And to be honest, it was kind of a BS lie, which, love you, Ghost, if you're watching right now. Kind of, I did lie to you, but it did kickstart this whole change, whole new everything. But I had not actually planned to come back to streaming maybe until next year. Just so I had time to put things together. But then I told her, yeah, just wait until after I get my wisdom teeth out. And so then that started a schedule for me. I was like, oh shoot, I just promised something, and I'm definitely gonna follow through with that. Which now here we are. So I knew that I wanted to redesign everything. And I wanted to have a better plan. And Ghost and I got on Discord last Monday, I want to say. Ooh, that one is bigger than the rest. Last Monday, we got on Discord. That's the same night that she was playing Mouthwashing. Because she had played that, and I was in Ohio for my job, and she was texting me like, oh, you've got to play this game. And she tried calling me, but I was in a hotel room with my mom, and I'm like, hold on, no. Like, just text me. And so she sends me these paragraphs about this game. And so finally, last week, I was like, okay, let's get online and we can play it. And so she's playing it for me and, like, telling me everything, every little detail that she notices. The mouthwashing. So yeah. So we were on playing, and that game is phenomenal. The original plan was, when she popped on, to have her talk about it, but we are going to save that for next week, just because there is so much to unpack with that game. But after we got finished playing, I don't remember which one of us brought up streaming, but I was like, hey, you know, let's make a plan. And she was like, she's always the best with, like, here, let's make a Google Doc about this. And immediately I was like, okay, let's just pop open a Google Doc, get things figured out. Let's get things figured out. And so we came up with this whole Google Doc of like what we could talk about, what we could play. So when she gets online, one of the things that is new is we are doing like a little section that is kind of a podcast-ish thing. And we're calling it Don't Hit That Snooze. Mainly because both our usernames have to do with either sleep or nighttime. So I'm DewittByNight and she is Sleepy Ghost. So it just kind of works out that way. We had people vote on it, and that was the one that kind of won the vote. But we're gonna talk about different anime, different video games, and just kind of analyze it in a fun way. I made a little backdrop for us that we're gonna use that looks like a little like living room kind of. So I'm pretty excited about that. But that was the fun part about coming back, was drawing everything. So it started with my little model, which I knew I wanted to keep the hairstyle, and that was like the only thing I wanted to make sure that I had from my old one. So the hairstyle is pretty much the same. The only thing missing is the little, I want to say it's called a ahoge, which is the little hair antenna thing. And the eyebrows are actually the same. I like the little teardrop shaped eyebrows for some reason. So I kept those, and I knew I still wanted animal ears, but when I had, put out a Twitter post a couple months back where I wanted to redesign. I changed the ears from being like a, I don't know if it was a raccoon. I still, like, to this day do not know what animal those ears were supposed to be. But I changed it to bear ears, which, funny enough, bears aren't even my favorite animal. My favorite animals are snakes and tigers. But I collect these little, like, some of them are ceramic, some of them, I'm not sure what they're made of. But they're these little bears, and they all have, adorable little personalities. So one of them that's sitting on my coffee table, he is I think he's supposed to be a dad that is a grill master. And then I have a couple that are dressed in like circus outfits. Some that are like wedding ones. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna incorporate the bears into this, because why not? Another thing I wanted to change was the outfit. I don't know what I was thinking when I drew the other one. Why she was wearing a hoodie and like a tank top. I liked the colors of it. I never liked the style. But I was like, let's just throw more me in there. And I gave this model overalls, because I love wearing overalls. They're one of my favorite pieces of clothing. So I was like, let's make her super cute and give her overalls, because like, I find overalls to be very cute.